So, hello and welcome to this bonus episode, really. It's a mini-sode. So welcome on, Steph.
Hi, and I'm Nicole, and this is the Ego Drop.
Yes, absolutely. So we thought we would treat your ears, or not, as the case may be. So just a short little mini episode where we're just going to share our own reflections with one another, really. And if you want to listen to along, you're quite welcome.
No, we want them to listen along. Come on, people, take a peek, take a listen.
Go on then.
Listen to us.
Pull up a few.
Chit chat. Yes.
Come and have a chit chat. So this mini episode, we're going to be sharing your reflections and your experiences. But just for today, for the first one, we thought we would just share our own little introduction. So, Nicole, how is it going so far, do you think?
How is what going live?
Oh my gosh, this is getting deeper. It's only supposed to be about 15 minutes long, but we're going to pull up a few because it's going to be a while. Well, you can tell us about how life's going if you want to, but I meant more the podcast. How are you enjoying it? What are you enjoying?
I'm enjoying. I'm getting used to it. If I'm honest with you, to be frank, it's something new. And although I present cases every day in court in terms of defending persons and so on, but in essence, as a defense advocate, you're presenting your client's case. So although I do that in a public court with 12 jurors, judge, prosecutor, and other persons, the public watching and listening, it's not the same as doing this podcasting. So it's something new, and I'm still getting used to it, finding my stride. And I think, although I'm excited about it, it was like scary a little bit at first because it's just sitting, especially when we're not recording together in the same room. Then it's more, I'm talking to a camera, I'm talking to my bookshelf that's in front of me, and watching the other bookshelf behind me, kind of thing. So it's strange, interesting, but in terms of the content and the meeting of people, albeit virtual, it's fun. I'm enjoying it, and I'm getting used to it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. How about it? How is it going for you, the podcast?
Yeah, I think I'm a people watcher naturally, and I used to be able to just sit for hours and watch people go by, whether that's in your work or, sort of if you were out and about somewhere. I could literally just sit in a cafe and watch the world go by and just think, oh, I wonder what their story is, and I wonder what they're doing, and almost like characters in a book. But I guess more and more in recent years, I've been sort of more insular in terms of working from home, and now it's entirely from home completely. So I don't really get to people watch quite so much. And so it's really good to be interviewing people because I can be nosy and I can I can find out about their lives, what they're doing, why they're doing it, and of course applying the old ego drop to it as well, and finding out about ego along the way is really fascinating. But it's feeding my desire to people watch, really. So very much enjoying it, loving the conversations. Think we're getting into it more and more. We're actually listening to people now.
I mean, for me as well, one of the things that has been working for me, or how this podcast is helping me, is although, as far as I'm concerned, in my day-to-day life, I consider myself a very reflective person, in the sense that, and maybe it's part of me being slow, I don't know, I tend to, something happen, I really think about it, I think on it, but then I'll go off and I really reflect some more, you know what I mean? And I think what the podcast has been helping me with is stopping in my tracks more often, and then in that moment, instantaneously, I'm reflecting on the old ego. I'm looking at it as if, is this ego here? You know what I mean?
You
is this
do do that more, don't you? Yeah.
yeah.
Happens, or if I get a gut feeling, like a sort of negative feeling about something or a desire for something, it's like, oh, hang on, is that my ego? And funnily enough,
Yeah.
I've spoken to people who will remain nameless, but there, one person in particular who's been listening has said to me, I keep thinking now, is it my ego that's making me do this or think this way? So I think,
Yeah.
thankfully, it's having that effect on a lot of people. So that's really good.
Yeah. For
It's
sure.
where
For sure.
drop that ego.
Drop that ego when it's not necessary.
Yeah.
It's just funny. And the thing is, it applies to every aspect of our lives because as we've found out since we've started doing this, is that it can be in a negative way and a positive way. Because come on now, before you started this podcast, did you think ego was a positive thing?
No, no, I didn't.
Exactly.
But and again, we'd been trained to let go of it,
For
release
midnight.
it. It's the oh.
She's so cute.
Oh my
Midnight's like
days.
midnight's like
If you're not watching this podcast, if you're listening, you won't be aware that my little kitten has just made her appearance. That is absolutely fantastic. She's had to
but
jump
me.
on top of a chair to get into that shot. So that was quite an achievement to say
But
hello.
But for me, it's quite funny, Steph,
It's
because
brilliant.
obviously I'm watching you from your screen, and all I saw was these two ears appearing, and then the
I
whole
didn't
face, and she's
even
like,
spot her.
yeah, and she's like, what's going on over here?
Funny.
And
That's so
I say that
funny.
obviously for the persons who are listening to it on the audio, so that they could actually know what I saw. But it's
Absolutely.
hilarious.
Apologies, I've just completely lost my chain because of the cat. So yes, there we
Sorry,
go.
my uh-oh, and the tail been shot. That's the thing about
Well,
having pets,
we're
isn't
alive.
it?
We're alive. So yeah, so I think we were just saying, weren't we, that yeah, it's just been it's a fascinating journey so far, I think.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we've obviously
definitely.
just dropped the first part of our success
Yeah.
podcast with
Mm.
Stu Biggs, which I like I said, I think they're getting more and more interesting as we start to explore the topics further. And I thought his was really, really fascinating,
Yeah.
particularly when he explored his journey with ego and how it began with wanting material items, wanting the trainers,
Yeah.
wanting the foreign holidays, and so forth. And then over time, that's become something totally different. Ego's become
Yeah.
something, or sorry, success has become totally different to him. It's become about the success of other people and bringing them on. So that
Yeah.
made
Yeah.
me go away and think about what success is for me and how it might have changed over the years. And I think
Mm.
for me, I always had a target in terms of my career. I
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
qualify as a solicitor, and then I wanted to obviously have X amount of years post qualification experience, and
Mm.
never really had any intention to be any kind of leader. That sort of just happened. But obviously wanted at some point to move into lecturing, which I've now done. And so success for me was hitting these targets
Targets.
in terms of
Yeah.
titles, really, which I
Mm.
think is a really big ego thing, really, when you have that attachment to titles.
Mm.
Whereas now success, I think, again, with age and with family, probably is a little bit different. And I think
Mm.
success is being in a position to pay your bills every month,
Yep.
to look
Yep.
after your loved ones,
Yes.
to
Yes.
perhaps enjoy some downtime doing whatever it is
Mm.
you enjoy doing. I think if you can fit that into your day, that's probably pretty successful.
Yeah.
And of
Yeah.
course, if you're in a position to have holidays and things like that, then good for you. But it doesn't
Mm.
have to be extravagant foreign holidays, does it?
Mm.
It can be day trips, or so
True.
yeah.
True.
So my idea of success was probably in my youth about having the big house and the titles and being able to go on foreign holidays and all this sort of stuff.
What about
So
your festivals? As many festivals as possible?
yeah. Well, Glastonbury, tick tick, done that a couple of times. So yeah, I think yeah, I did have a bit of a bucket list. So I think
Yeah.
the festivals and doing a marathon, they
Mm.
were always big on my bucket list. I've sort of done my bucket list really. So yeah, how about you? Do you think when you
Mm.
look back when you were younger, what your successes were going to be? Has your idea of success changed now?
Yeah, I think like yourself, the answer is yes. Although I'm still pulled sometimes. No, 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 no. I'll be totally honest with you. I think I'm still pulled towards the material
Mm.
success. I'll be frank about that. So when I was younger, obviously, you know that thing that we were cultured, brainwashed, whatever you wish to say. You know, go to school, finish high school, get your GCSEs, do your A levels, go to university, get a job, you know, be a lawyer, a doctor, something like that. Get a husband, get married, have kids, and live happily ever after. That's what we've been conditioned, isn't it?
Mm.
And so growing up as a child in Jamaica, my idea of success was, like you said, ticking those milestones.
Mm.
I'm not sure which one. Oh yeah, I've achieved the lawyer part, but I'm not sure about the other bits. And some of it I will say no thank you to. Thank you very much. But on a serious note though, as far as I'm concerned, I'm now at that age where I don't have to worry about those check,
Mm.
do this, do that, that. I don't feel the need to
Yeah.
subscribe to those anymore. But of course, it's about what I I consider useful, or is going to help me on my path to help to bring me closer to my goals.
Yeah.
And I don't know if my goals are considered success from your goals, from your
Mm.
standpoint, because I think, as we've discussed in a previous episode, not the episode with Stuart, but I think we touched upon success a little bit in one of the other episodes. I can't remember which one now. And in the early stages, and I think one of the things that I remember we talked about, if I haven't, it must be my brain that I was having this conversation. But success, it's subjective, isn't it?
Mm.
It's what you consider to be success. It's what I consider success, because it's like Stuart said, success when he was younger isn't what success looks like when he was older. And some people now, if you look at like the Buddhists, the Buddhists, the monks, and so on, they don't feel the need for all these things,
No.
and they're happy and they're at
And
peace.
it's funny, isn't it, how sometimes people try to push their idea of success onto you. Obviously, it happens a lot with parents wanting their children to, like you say, to be a doctor, to be a lawyer, whatever it might be. But also, I don't know about you, but I've had other experiences where when I was younger, I was asked, "Are you ever going to get married?" And when I said no, because it's not something that I'm interested in, great for other people, it's just not for me. The sort of comments that I received, and there's two people that spring to mind who both said to me, "Well, what's the point of your relationship then? Where's it going?" And both of these people were sort of smug married people at the
Yeah.
time. And I was like, well,
Are there
I don't
smug divorced people now? I
both,
wonder. Sorry.
absolutely both of them, but I
Yeah.
take no joy in that. But
No, no, no,
even
not
so,
at
it
all.
kind of proves my point a little bit, that
Mm-hmm.
your success in your relationship is not defined by the fact that you're married or not.
Absolutely right.
Equally, if you're
Uh,
not,
but
it doesn't mean anything either. But it's the other people's idea of success can rightfully be totally different to yours. So
it's
there's
subjective.
no,
But
yeah.
but the thing is as well, Steph, and I know that I don't mean to go deep, so I'm just going to just touch on the top very quickly and move back. You see, the thing is, going back on that same point about the whole getting married and all that stuff, because donkeys years ago in this country, that was the pinnacle of your life. If you get
Mm.
married and start having children, well, hey, well done to you. You don't need to do anything else with your life, but just stay at home. Now, nothing is wrong if somebody chooses to stay at home now. Nothing is wrong if someone chooses to just get married and stay at home. That's
Mm,
fine. But again, it goes back to our point. Success is subjective. So
mm,
for me, I'm not, so I said to you earlier that I still toy between the material success and the success of where I'm at, and feeling contentment with that. So there's an element of I still want to, achieve more. But the but is, but not at all cost,
yes.
but not at the, to my detriment, not at the price of hurting others, not at the price of pulling someone down to get there, you know what I mean? Or to neglect my loved ones and stuff like that. So for me, it is success is I don't feel I'm quite there as yet. I know I'm doing okay. I know I've done all right, I would say, but there's still a long way to go. There's still a long way for more growth
Mm,
and achievement. And I don't care for the things like designer this and designer that. I'm not that girl. I just wear whatever I like, but I'm not guided by those things. You understand? So
yeah.
although I would like more for myself, it's not more to show to others, more to prove anything. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit more to make me even more contented than I am right
Mm. Yeah, and I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to continue to move forward, and ambition is a healthy thing.
now.
Um, it's just, as we've said before, when you attach everything to that ambition, so if it doesn't succeed, or if you don't succeed in the way you want, then you can then suffer and feel very down about it.
You're in
Um,
despair.
yeah, so but I think moving forward is a good thing, because there's that quote, isn't there, that if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Just tried to Google that, apparently it was Mikhail Gorbachev who came up with that, which I didn't realise.
Oh,
But there we go. But
there we are.
but yeah, I think that's true. And as I said a few moments ago, although my idea of success as a younger person was in certain titles, there are still certain titles within my current role that I'm aiming for, hopefully. And again, that's healthy ambition, just to keep me moving forward. But it's not the be all and end all.
I want to ask you, and if there's one you can answer, if you don't want to, of the episodes that we've done thus far, I think 7, um, is there one that you could say this is my favorite? And
Oh,
if
it's
so,
really
and if so,
difficult.
which one?
I
If
don't know
so,
if
which one and why? Yeah, if so, which one and
I
why?
don't well, we've done a few handful, haven't we? Now, how many have we done? I've lost track. But the
Yeah,
ones that we've done with guests, I think we've done 4 with guests. Love
yeah,
speaking to Karen. The energy was just really, really
yeah,
high, but I think it had a knock-on effect on both of us. So we were all just chatty, giggly, giggly, giggly. So the energy was fantastic. And then obviously Regan was just really calming, and really, really
yeah,
enjoyed speaking to Regan. I think I think grief with PJ really stands out for me, because I actually just sat back and listened to her. I thought she was really fascinating. And again, with
mm,
Stu, we had a lot to talk about, and really, really enjoyed that discussion. But I think for me, I think the episode with PJ, it was a subject obviously close to our hearts as well. I think I enjoyed that one just because I got to sit back and listen to somebody.
mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I wouldn't. It's not my favorite. No offense to anyone else we've had on, but that one I think impacted me. I think that's
yeah,
what I'm trying to say. But all of them have been really, really enjoyable for different reasons, for very
yeah,
different reasons.
yeah,
And I can't wait for next week's with a certain somebody
yeah,
on success, who will reveal later in the week. But that one's going to be good. So we can't wait to share our
yeah.
reflections on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Right
Oh
then,
boy,
well, that
exciting
was
times ahead.
exciting. Yeah. So thank you for
And
talking with me.
oh, before you shoot, how are you enjoying the three things?
Oh yes,
I just thought
if you're
I
not
just thought that was a
watching,
little bit silly. I just thought that
yeah,
was a little bit
make sure
silly,
you're
but
following us on
fun.
TikTok and YouTube, even if you don't watch the podcast on YouTube, because Nicole is uploading lots of different videos, including videos where we consider three things that we learn from our day. And there's things like gym attendances and three things that Nicole picked up on ego from her gym attendance. I think you'll meet my kitten midnight again on one of them. So yeah, make sure you're following us and watching those little snippets. Bit of fun there.
Yeah, yeah,
Excellent. Right. Until the
fun
next
time.
episode.
Yeah, yeah. Can't wait for our next interview. So, madam, nice catching up with you.
And you. See you soon.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
We want to hear from you with your stories and your reflections on any of the topics that we've covered so far, or maybe even your suggestions for topics that you would like us to cover in the future. So please drop us an email at theegodrop@gmail.com, or you can message us on any of our social media accounts.
Our podcast can be found on Apple, Spotify, and any other platform where you consume your content. You can also find us on all socials as The Ego Drop. That is on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, and Facebook. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to our channel, and we'll be most grateful. See you soon. Bye.